Have you ever wondered if you have been reciting these verses correctly your whole life? Surah An-Nas. It's the final chapter in the Holy Quran. You properly recite it in every single day, in your daily prayers, before you go to sleep, or when you feel anxious. But what if I told you that a tiny slip of the tongue, a simple mispronunciation of just one letter, could completely change what you are actually saying? And beyond the pronunciation, what you are truly seeking refuge from when you say this word. In this episode, we will explore the powerful section of the Quran. Not just how to read it, but how to truly understand it. This is not just a recitation lesson. This is a journey into meaning, reflection, and connection. You will discover common recitation mistakes you might not ever realize you are making, clean meanings of the verses, and deep insights explained in a way anyone can understand. And most importantly, you will start to experience the Quran differently. Stay until the end, because the twist in the final verse will completely change how you view the people around you. Let's look at the very first verse. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. I seek refuge with the Lord of mankind. Listen closely to the very first word. It means say. But here is where a massive, incredibly common mistakes happens. Many people, especially non-native Arabic speakers, read this in soft English. They say, "Kul." Do you know what happens if you change that heavy cough at back of your throat to light cough? You change the word meaning from say to eat. Instead of declaring, say, I seek refuge, the meaning will shift to eat, I seek refuge. It entirely breaks the meaning of the verse. To fix this, you must bring the sound from the very back of your throat with the deep part of your tongue. Make it heavy, make it authoritative, because Allah is giving you a direct command to speak, to declare your need for Him. And who are you seeking refuge with? قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Start بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. The Lord, the cherisher, the sustainer of mankind. But notice the word An-Nas. There is a shadda, a small W shape above the noon. You can't just pass by it quickly. You must hold it. Let the sound resonate in your nose. بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. It's easy. This is called Ghunna. It adds a beautiful bleeding rhythm in your rotation. You are stretching out the name of humanity, recognizing our collective weakness before our Lord. But why does Allah only call Himself the Lord here? Keep watching, because the next two verses He adds two more massive titles. And the reason why will give you chills. Malik الناس إله الناس. Don't forget to repeat with me. These verses mean the King of mankind and the God of mankind. Let's talk about the recitation here. The ending of every verse in this surah ends with An-Nas. Make sure you keep the length of the ghunna on the non-constant in every single time. We say, repeat with me, Malik الناس إله الناس. But look at the profound meaning we often overlook. In verse 1, Allah is the Lord, Rabb, the one who creates and takes care of us. In the verse 2, Malik, the King, the one has ultimate authority and ownership over us. In the verse 3, He is the God, Allah, the only one worthy of our worship. Why do we need to invoke Allah with three of His most powerful attributes just for mankind? Think about it. When you are in great danger, you call upon the highest authority you know. By mentioning the Lord, the King, and the God, you are building an impenetrable fortress of protection around yourself. But what could possibly be so dangerous, so terrifying, that we need the Lord, the King, and the God of the entire universe to protect us from it? The answer is in the next verse. and it has an enemy that you couldn't see. من شر الوسواس الخناس. From the mischief of the whisper of evil who withdraws. First, let's perfect the recitation. Listen to the word Khannas. The letter Kha requires a stretching sound from the top of your throat. Kha, Kha. It shouldn't sound like an English H or K. Kha from your throat. Kha. And again, we have the shut down the noon. We say Khannas. The gunna. Do you remember gunna? And also the word sherri. Don't say shorri. It's sherri. It's light, not heavy. Say sherri. Don't say shorri. Okay? Now let's unlock the meaning. This is where simplified tafsir, the deep understanding, will change your perspective completely. We're asking protection from al-waswas. What's the meaning of al-waswas? The whisperer. Notice the word itself like whisper. Al-waswas. Whisper. It's a repetitive, quiet, but resistant sound. This refers to the whispers of doubt and anxiety, fear, and sin that enters our minds. But Allah gives this whisperer a very specific adjective. Al-Khannas. Al-Khannas means the one who retreats, who shrinks away, who runs and hides. This is incredible. This is Allah telling you the psychological of your enemy. The whisperer is persistent. Yes. But the moment you remember Allah, the moment you say Bismillah, the moment you seek refuge with Allah, the whisper will shrink into nothingness. He is Al-Khannas. He is inherently weak. He only has power when you forget your Lord, your King, and your God. But where exactly are these whispers going? You might think they are just floating in the air. The next verse tells us exactly where the battlefield is. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس, who whisper into the hearts of mankind. Let's correct the vital mistakes here. The word of hearts or chest is called Sudoor. It starts with letter Sad, not seen. If you say Sudoor with the symbol making it thin, it's incorrect. You must round your lips slightly and make the sound heavy. Su, filling your mouth with air. Sudoori, whisperer. The whisperer targets Sudoor, the hearts inside the chests. The whisperer tries to fill the space around your heart with an anxiety, jealousy, doubts about your faith, and urges to do wrong. It is an inside job. This is why this surah is so intimately tied to human psychology. It addresses the internal storm we all face. But here is the final twist. You might assume this whisperer is just Satan, the devil, the Jinn that we can't see. Prepare yourself to the final verse. من الجنة والناس. Among the jinns and among men. من الجنة والناس. Make sure to hold the gunna on the noon in both al-jinnah wan-nas. Read the translation again from the among jinns and among men. The whispers, the doubts, the toxic advice. It doesn't just come from the unseen devils. It comes from human beings too. It comes from the friend who sadly discouraged you from the prey. It comes from your college who whispered gossip into your ear to corrupt your heart against someone else. It comes from the media, the comment section, the people who plant seeds of doubts and disappear in your chest. Human beings can be the waswas too. When you recite Surah An-Nas, you are not just asking for protection from ghosts and unseen entities. You are asking Allah to protect your heart from every toxic influence, whether it's unseen devil or human being standing right in front of you. Take deep breath. The next time you stand in prayer and you say قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ, I want you to feel the weight of heavy قُلْ. I want you to feel the safety of calling upon your Lord, your King, your God. when you're stretching the word An-Nas, remember that. You share this struggle with all of humanity. And when you ask for protection from whispers, know that the moment you remember Allah, that whisper is crushed, it retreats. You have the ultimate protection. You just have to pronounce it, understand it, and mean it. We've reached the end of the Quran with this surah. But our journey in understanding its depth is only just beginning, because the Quran is a circle. When we finish it, we return right back to the start. If you want to continue this journey with Quran, make sure to subscribe and share this video with someone who needs it. Because the next verses we cover will change how you understand everything. Let's grow together, one verse at a time.